Hello, happy Tuesday. I wanted to jump on and make this interactive, which is something that I haven't really done in the past. I usually jump on and give you a whole bunch of information. So I'm going to give it just a couple seconds to see if anybody jumps on because I feel like this is a really, really important conversation. And I've had multiple conversations over the last couple of days. So that's why I'm going to see. We're streaming to my personal Facebook. We're streaming to BCC Evolution and then also to YouTube. And the reason why I'm wanting to do it more interactive, so we have one person watching. Hopefully, I have a couple of people watching. So, thank you for jumping on and listening. And I just want to talk to you guys for a couple of moments and really have this more interactive. So if you're watching this, drop a hi in the comments or tell me where you're coming from. If for whatever reason I don't know you, but if you're watching, you're probably on one of my pages that I know who you are, but maybe I don't. So tell me where you're coming from. And I want to talk a little bit about the mental health crisis that we have in America. I this morning went on KBPI and we were talking about mental health in general. And I told them all about our Warrior for Mental Health campaign we just launched. But then I got this letter in the mail and I thought, I just, okay. So yesterday I had a podcast in the morning with a woman in the UK. She does emotional intelligence, and we had an amazing conversation around mental health and how important it is to talk to people. Again, if you're watching, drop a comment. Hi Desiree. I have another screen up. So if I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at your comments because you have to give access to StreamYard for me to see your comments. But if you give them access, then I can actually pop them up on the screen. So if you have questions as we go through this, hi Kimberly. Thank you for tuning in. And I really just want to have this conversation really quickly. So yeah, say hi. If I don't know you, tell me where you are in the world. Again, yesterday I had a podcast in the UK. We were talking about emotional intelligence and mental health. And then right after that, I had a live on my new friend, Sammy, her Instagram, all about mental wellness. And then this morning, oh, I hope that it doesn't go in and out. Whenever I'm on StreamYard, like goes in and out. So I was on Sammy's Instagram and we talked about mental wellness or just wellness in general. And then this morning I went on KBPI and we were talking about the Warriors for Mental Health and also so our Warriors for Mental Health campaign. Did I just freeze? Oh man, this thing drives me bonkers. So talking about that, and they brought up great points of, hey, sometimes it literally just takes one phone call. And then this morning I was having a conversation with another friend who has had multiple friends, family members die by suicide, and she was asking me for help because her and her friend are so overwhelmed with the amount of people that are coming to her right now saying that they're actively suicidal. So that just got my brain spinning. And then, so I got this letter. Man, I hope I don't go in and out. So I'm going to shut down some things and see if I can get a better connection because I don't want to lose you guys because this is really important. So let me close some windows really quickly. Oh, yay. So I have somebody up here. Yay. Thank you for giving access to, to StreamYard. So I, again, got this letter in the mail and it's from Children's Hospital. So a lot of you may or may not know, but Rylan, had seizures, and so we were at Children's Hospital when he was a year and a half old, and we've used Parker Adventist Children's Hospital before. So in the letter, what they sent is that children's hospitals across the country, including Children's Colorado, are facing challenges such as an early start to the cold and flu season, the pediatric mental health crisis, the Delta variant of COVID-19, and staffing challenges within the healthcare workforce. So after evaluating these challenges, Children's Colorado has made the difficult decision to consolidate their resources to continue providing the best pediatric emergency care. So they're actually closing down the Children's Colorado Emergency Department at Parker Adventist. It actually started on Thursday, September 23rd. Apparently, I got this letter late. What that says to me is that we are in a real, true mental health crisis. I mean, the medical world is so overstaffed right now. The mental health facilities are overstaffed. And talking to my friend this morning, nobody knows how to have conversations anymore. Nobody knows what to say to other people that are struggling or actively suicidal. So I wanted to jump on and just let you all know that, one, you're not alone, and two, there are places and people and resources and so many great things out there that you can take advantage of. And I also have had multiple people that have come to me and be like, I don't even know how to talk to somebody that has depression. Like, I don't know what to say to them. I don't know how to help them. Like, I can talk to everybody else about everything else, but I don't even know what to say to somebody that just has depression, right? And so I want you all to know that on BCC Evolution, the reason why I do the work that I do is because it's so freaking important. Everybody is living in fear right now, and we're so scared to step outside. We're so scared to get COVID-19. We're so scared to have the conversations because I don't know what to say if somebody tells me that they're actively suicidal. Like, what do I say? And I used to be that person. I used to be the one with the shut off emotions. I used to be the one that didn't have the tools, the skills, the words. So what I want to give to you today is some tools, some words, some resources that I have learned over time. And I'm hoping that it helps you in this really difficult time that America is having, where we are truly facing a mental health crisis. People don't know how to be people anymore. We don't know how to live without fear. And we also need to get back to having people in our life, because even as people that are introverted, they still need people. You may say that you like not being around people, but really, truly, like, we need that connection. We need people to understand and hug us and touch us and be a part of something, because that is the human condition. So, what I want to say about this is, if you are one of those people that is out there that is struggling, I want you to know that you are not alone. These thoughts that you're having are not normal. You are very normal, and it is okay to ask for help. It's probably the hardest thing, but that's where we start to break down the stigma. That's where we start having these conversations. You would go to the doctor for a broken leg, would you not? So why are you not going to the doctor when you're not feeling okay? We need to change our mindset. It is okay to feel weird. It is okay to have the conversation. Now's the time before it gets bad. There should be no reason that we're like, oh, I just smashed my finger in the car door like I did the other day. I didn't go to the doctor, but it's feeling much better. It's still a little bloody, but Somebody gave me a recommendation to get a little pin and punch through my nail to release some of the pressure of the blood, and it helped. Probably shouldn't have done it myself, but I did it myself. But that's the mentality we have, right? Like, I have to do it all myself. Like, I can't not be okay. Like, I just have to keep pushing. I just have to keep going. I have to do all these things, and you don't. There are people out there that can help you. And I get it. The mental health world is so inundated, and it can take weeks to months to get into a facility, and that's not okay. Like, we need to have feet on the ground, people that can help other people. And that's why I do what I do, to help educate, so that when you have somebody come to you and say, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. My choice is that I don't want to live anymore. What do I say? What do I do? Where do I go? Well, I want you to know, first and foremost, ask the hardest question. Are you going to kill yourself? Ask it direct. Don't let your bias come in, or your uncomfortableness. Don't say, are you going to kill yourself? Like, that's not a good tone. Or, are you going to kill yourself? No, I want you to say, are you going to kill yourself? And I want you to directly ask that person. And it's going to be really, really freaking hard, because you're going to want to shy away, and you're going to want to look down, and you're going to want to be like, how do I ask this question? But I want you to practice asking that question. Ask it over and over and over out loud, until you feel comfortable, because that's what I've had to do over the years, right? But be direct. So that's your first tip, is if you have somebody coming to you that is actively suicidal, or having those thoughts, or says to you that they're a burden, or they're overwhelmed, or they're worried, or they're living in fear, and they don't want to live anymore, or there's so many different key words that you could potentially listen for, I want you to ask that hard question. And when they come back, or if they come back with a yes, then I want you to ask them when, where, how, to get the timeline that we have. So if it's like, I'm going to do it tomorrow, now we know that we have from 4:23 p.m. until tomorrow to get them professional help. How? Now we know if they've already searched out the means to actually complete the act. How? So when, how, and where, because now we know that they have a plan. So these are the questions that you want to ask, is how, when, and where, because now you know if they truly have a plan. And if they really truly have a plan, then I want you, as hard as it may be, you can either call the National Suicide Hotline and ask for help, or you can dial 911 and ask them, this is really important. When you call 911, if it's like emergency, right? But it's for crisis, I want you to ask for the crisis response team and let them know what's going on. Because if I just learned this the other day, so that's why I'm sharing it with you. If they send just regular police officers or people that are not trained in the crisis realm, then they're going to go out there, ask the person if they're okay, and then they're going to say, yeah, I'm fine, right? Because that's normally the response. They want help, but they don't really want help, right? So the normal response would be like, yes, I'm fine. So make sure you ask for the crisis response team, or somebody that's trained in crisis, and let them know specifically what's going on, so that they can send out the right people. If that doesn't work, I want your feedback. I want you to know, I want you to let me know if that is or isn't working. because that's what I tell a lot of people. And if you have, which I've gotten feedback before that it didn't help them and it was like a freaking joke, which hurts my head and makes my heart sad. But it's about asking the right questions. And that's what I have also learned lately. The other thing is that there is the National Crisis Text Line. All you have to do is text them. You text home to 741-741. You can actually text anything to it. You could like literally put hi, you could be like help, what really the word, but it's home to 741-741. And so that gets you access to 24/7 crisis text line. So that's another tool in your toolbox. I also just did a revamp of the BCC Evolution website. There's online resources. There are people that you can talk to, holistic. I'm going to be adding the professional providers on there shortly. What do I say? There's kind of keywords on there, which I'm going to add this information on there, just so that if it's like an active situation or somebody that's actively suicidal, you have a little bit more to go on. But there are some like key phrases that you can ask. And then maybe it's not a crisis, right? Maybe it's just they're depressed, they're sad, they're not really sure what's going on. The best thing and the best advice or that I can tell you is start listening, not to respond, but listen without judgment and just allow them to talk, because sometimes that's all we need is somebody to just listen. I don't need your advice. I don't need you to tell me what I should be doing or shouldn't be doing. I just need you to listen. And I need you to not judge me for what I have to say, because it's not about you. It's about me and how I'm feeling. And I just need somebody anywhere at any point in time to actually give a crap about me and what I'm going through without trying to tell me what they have or haven't been through in the past. And so if I can give you anything, any tips, that would be my biggest tip, is learn how to listen without responding and learn how to actively listen without judging. It is really, really, really hard. And I think I've almost got to a point that I do that unconsciously, and then I forget almost what people say. So at this point, when I need to formulate a response, sometimes it's really hard because I'm like blank slate. But if I can give you anything, these are my two things that I just felt like I needed to jump on and give, because I continue to hear people are struggling right now and we need something tangible to be able to do. So again, ask the hard question, are you going to kill yourself? Not, are you going to harm yourself? Not, are you thinking about suicide? Like, ask the question, are you going to kill yourself? And if they don't respond, ask it twice. Sometimes we need people to ask us twice. And then second is actively listen, not to respond, not to give advice, without judgment, and just listen. I can't even tell you how many times I need somebody to just listen. And I end up talking to myself. Or I talk to my dog because he's not going to respond to me. But it's so important, because this world, There's no borders. There's no discrimination. There's no color. There's no race. There's no gender that mental health and suicide does not touch. And if we can make a difference in this world and start to educate more people, gosh, and actually start having conversations about it. What? You're talking to me about my mental health challenge? What? And you care? You actually care to listen? What? Imagine how many lives we could potentially save. So I know I had to shut everything down, and I really wanted this to be interactive because I kept losing signal. So if you have any questions and you were hanging in and I couldn't see your responses, I know I have one here. It was a longer one, but I will definitely get to those. And I would love, I don't even know if this one is even appropriate to what I was talking about. So we might delete that comment. Really sorry, but not really appropriate to what we're talking about. So if you have any questions or there's anything that I can help you with, formulating a response, learning how to listen without responding, whatever it may be, centered around mental health, I would love to be able to help you. And I need your help too. So if this was helpful for you, let me know. I need some feedback. I need actionable items, and I would love to give you more information. So thank you so much for watching. Those of you that hung in there, even though I kept seeing the signal going in and out, I really, really appreciate you, and I care about you. And we all need to provide a safer, more empathetic, compassionate world. And we can do that together. If we open our minds, hearts, and mouths, we can all make mental health matter. And BCC Evolution is on a mission to make that change and educate as many people as we can. So if you have the heart to help us, because I want to help you, you can join our warriors for mental health. All you have to do is donate $20 per month. And all of this education, everything that I'm doing, why I'm so freaking passionate about mental health and saving lives, you can help me make a difference. So I just appreciate you jumping on, and I'll do this more often. If it was helpful, let me know. Drop a comment. Tell me that was so helpful. If it wasn't helpful, tell me that was not helpful at all. Give me some feedback. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you would like to hear more of in the future. And I would love to put together maybe like a 3 or 5 day challenge that just gives you even more information that we can have a conversation about. So I am grateful for you, and I hope that you have an incredible day.